Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Haunted Halloween movie novel. Yes, this is a novelization of the 2018 Goosebumps movie sequel, which is infamous for not being exactly the most faithful sequel to the first, having little nothing to do with the first besides the fact that it has the same mechanics. It's actually just pretty much the same thing, again, with different stuff, and is usually referred to as a downgrade, which I agree with. But opinions aside on the movie, we're talking about the novel today, which is pretty accurate to the movie, and off the bat, it is a very faithful version of it, and the only differences are things added to the book, which I was pleasantly surprised by. The reason I'm doing this in November instead of October is because I was slammed in October. I already knew this was going to happen. I had to move her book review, and just so happened to be this one, because this was the one I think people would care about the least. Because I was also reviewing Haunted Halloween, the movie, in October, so go check out my review for that. But now we're talking about the book today, so let's dive in. And now for the blurb. Slappy turns Halloween into everyone's worst nightmare. Sarah is tired of worrying about what her younger brother Sonny has gotten into. He's always doing dangerous science experiments, and it's up to her to keep him out of trouble. When Sonny and his friend Sam find a ventriloquist labeled Slappy in an abandoned house, they decide to take him home. What they don't realize is that they brought him to life, and he's evil. Whoops. Slappy starts using his dark magic powers to make Halloween decorations come alive all across town. And they're not friendly. Even worse, he kidnaps Sarah and Sonny's mom. Only Sarah, Sonny, and Sam can stop Slappy before it's too late. But will he end up stopping them first? I don't know. Well, I do, because I've read the book and watched the movie. Yeah, this adaptation of the movie, the one of three, because there's also Slappy's Return, which I'll review someday. That is a Goosebumps Halloween book, so I gotta add that to the Halloween ranking whenever I do that. Fuck, this book is actually an improvement. I said it. Goosebumps 2's novelization is better than the movie. By a lot, actually. I think this rivals the first movie form quality. Well, that's pushing it, maybe. This book, generally really solid. It's not amazing, but it's not bad at all. And it just generally is much better than what we got in movie form. So let's dive into it. So, knowing that this is based off Haunted Halloween, it does have similar issues and similar qualities. But why it works so much better in book form is for one particular reason. The movie feels like a Goosebumps story. Yeah, it works better in book form because of this. It feels like it could slide into place as a Slappy-World story about Slappy doing something on Halloween. It fit the theme of Slappy-World. Every Slappy story, minus the first one, usually has a creative approach to Slappy. This would fit really well in place because it's different. It's a Halloween Slappy story. It's different. It's something out there. And it just feels like a Slappy-World book, especially when you read this. Minus some interesting qualities that don't make it feel like a normal Goosebumps book. It's way longer, I mean by like 20 pages, pretty usual book length in Slappy-World, but I mean like, it has a different approach in narrative. It is third-person omniscient, which means read the thoughts of any character, and there's no particular main character, which works really well because there's no actual main character in the film. I still have no idea which one it truly could be. It literally can be Sonny or Sarah. It doesn't matter. They're both the main character, which just doesn't make a lot of sense. So it works better with this new narrative, third person, where there's no main character. I mean, it can have a main character, but there's no particular character this story follows. It follows a whole bunch of characters. And yeah, I like it for that. It just works better in book form in its narrative, and it just reads better as a book, and comes off better without the shitty Slappy CGI at times, which you don't have to imagine that, which is why I prefer The Haunting Returns over the show, and the movie novel over the actual original movie, though it is almost tied with that. But yeah, that's why I prefer this, mainly. There's also some additional scenes in here, and extended scenes, particularly around the middle part where they're sneaking into the bully's house. I can't remember what his name is, but there's something involving ice skating. There's a scene that was in the trailer that was actually not in the movie. There's some deleted scenes that ended up here, and stuff like that, which was super nice to see. Just stuff that wasn't in the movie that we saw in trailers was actually thrown in here. I enjoyed all this additional stuff. I just liked it better in book form because it just works better with its narrative, and since it reads more like a slap-year-old story, the characters are fine. You know, it has all the particular things I like about the movie, but I just enjoy it more in this format by a lot, actually. So yeah, let's move on to my downsides. It had similar issues in the movie, you're right. This is supposed to be based off the movie, so this is supposed to be Goosebumps novel sequel, which is this novel that's supposed to be about everything Goosebumps. Basically, this is still the fucking Goosebumps sequel. So it has issues that don't even have to be on the screen to be prevalent, like the visuals in that movie. Although most of them are kind of decent, but it's slappy half the time. Alright, let's just get these obvious ones out of the way. Stine, it's a cameo. We all know this shit. It isn't here. They didn't cut it, and while it's kind of, less annoying because there's a lot more of other stuff, and he barely is prevalent in the thing, a whole ass book, it's still there. I don't enjoy that. There's not a rather good use of Goosebumps monsters, and isn't really a Goosebumps book, like the Goosebumps book, as in, like, the Goosebumps movie was the Goosebumps movie. This is the Goosebumps book. And it's the sequel to that, of course. So this is the sequel to the Goosebumps book. Alright, this is dumb, but you get the idea. It has that same fucking issue. Since it's trying to be Goosebumps 2, it has the same issues as the movie. And yeah, if you want more of these issues that you can kind of figure out, maybe watch my movie review and you're like, oh, well, that's not a visual one, so he probably has it with this. Yeah, like with the stupid Sarah Love plot, I believe that is still prevalent here. Yeah, so it just has some similar issues in the movie, although they are not as bad, and they are helped out because there's some better stuff in here, because I already told ya, I like this more than the actual fucking movie. So let's rate it. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween, the movie novel, gets an 8 out of 10. It's not amazing. It's not great even, but it's average. It's good. I prefer it over the movie, which was decently below average, or like the bare minimum average. This is pretty high average. It's not gonna blow you away, but if you weren't a fan of the first movie, sorry, I mean, we're all fans of that movie. If you weren't a fan of the second movie, then you might like this one, or try this version of it more, like I did. So yeah, that is my review for Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. Tell me what you think of this novel below, because this is the novel review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.